expand Master League as a whole, and it's exciting stuff. It is exciting stuff.
Yeah, I'm loving the momentum that the Master League has got, especially after the ESL Oculus event there in the UK. Just a lot of forward progression coming, a lot of improvements coming to the casting system, a lot of new interesting game developments on the way down the pipe. We're going to be seeing a lot of interesting things change up here in the future, and it's going to take a little adaptation from everyone, from both the players to the casters to the mods and the devs.
I have the wrong person as my co-caster here.
How dare you, sir?
I don't know why it's not. There we go. All caps, dude.
All caps. Just looks funny without, you know.
Why? Because you use 3s for ease? Could that be the reason?
That could be why. It's an undisclosed, top secret information.
We can definitely analyze cargo a bit. This map is like such a... I feel even even now teams picking it, you really don't know what's going to happen. Like, you can have a strategy, but any frag can totally... Like, a well-placed frag can throw you off, and can catch anyone out or off guard. It's such an... you can play it so aggressively or passively, or it's on both ends. I don't know how I feel about this map yet in terms of the competitive scene.
It's a bloodbath, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I feel like it's definitely a good one to kind of get the juices flowing. I think it'll be a good one for us to start this matchup on, because yeah, I mean it can reward an aggressive defense, as we've seen in some of the previously cast matches. It can also destroy an aggressive defense, because if they push too hard, too fast, they lose too many people, they've got massive holes in their coverage, then Marsoc can sneak right up through the middle, maybe, and get to that cap spot and get a cap on them. But at the same time, there's a lot of great defensive positions around this map that a defender can utilize to watch almost in the entirety of the map. Like, as far as width-wise, you're looking from one side of the map to the other. So it makes it really difficult for Marsoc to get by there. Even with just one defender left, one defender can still do a lot of good on this map, just due to the complexity of the map itself, with all these containers and buildings and pipes and walls and various things. So it could go either way, but I know one thing is going to be for sure is that it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, we've seen some really fun highlights come out of this map. Go back on all sorts of different routes you can take. Solo managed to pull a 1v5 on this map for his squad. I think that was week 1. Still probably one of the better highlights of the season we've had so far. We've been casting a lot of games, so I think that's saying something. This map is just, it's high octane. Anything can happen. You can, just like you were saying, you can totally reposition, relocate yourself at any moment. You can drop back and switch to the other side of the map and try and make something happen there. That if they spot you there, you can go back up the middle. There's all sorts of different approaches to objectives, but we'll see. We're still waiting on our final member of Ragnarok. Hopefully we don't have a forfeit or a delay or anything like that. I know we're getting kind of close on those numbers.
Yeah, we sure are. I mean, if anything, if I were Ragnarok, I would go ahead and play it 4v5, if anything, because with this new season, with the new MMR rules, every point counts. So even if you can pull out 1 or 2 wins, get a couple of points on the board, it's going to be a lot better than taking that 12-0 loss to a forfeit. So
yeah, and I mean, like you said, they have the reservists. There are really good players in that pool of people now that want to be brought in every once in a while to play on the league, in a league match. So they can easily tap into that as well.
Yeah, as we speak about it, I'm actually going through the Discord to see if there's been any posts out for any
Vanover has
reservists.
just joined. Praise
There we
be!
go. Praise Jeebus.
15 minutes on the dot, cutting it a little tight, I think. But Ragnarok are here and ready to rock, and we should, ready to rock, and we should be hopping into this this match pretty soon. This will be definitely a good way to start this series off. We'll kind of get a feel for how each team is definitely going to play. If you're going to play passive or fast, you can do either one here.
or you can mix and match. It's just a grab bag here, NightFiree, and I hope we see some good strategy come out. We got an interesting objective, it looks like, for this first one down here in the southeastern side of the map. It's got an easy spot to cap from near this little oil tank near the objective. You can definitely hide in there and get the cap without being seen. And an interesting route on the back side there to be able to get to it secretively. So we'll see. It should be interesting. I don't anticipate many caps coming out on Cargo. It's a very difficult map to get in there and get caps on. But yeah, and if anything, it's going to be entertaining, I'd hope.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see... You can kind of tell also if a team is experienced on this map or not if you see some early trades along this big opening spawn lane. A lot of teams will try and get Volk members across this backside and try and cross over to their to the objective early so they can cover that sneaky cap spot you're talking about. But it's very risky. You see shots come out early, some people go down. We'll see if either of these teams are aware of that risk. Sometimes you even see smokes come out to guard this lane.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Smokes, a big thing. We'll probably see a lot of those coming out early on so these guys can get across some of these more open lanes on the left-hand, right side in order to get to where they want to be in order to push up, because it is tough to push up that middle section. There's a lot of containers, there's a lot of corners and edges to check before you can progress forward. And a lot of times you got a defender sitting there just waiting for you to poke your head out and just blow your dome right off. So,
uh-oh, we might have had a stream connection issue, I wonder. Just keep an eye, if you have a monitor open, keep an eye on it.
All right, let me see what's going on there. Seems okay on my end.
Yeah, it's still up for me as well, but I know it did go down and up at some point there. I saw my OBS reconnecting, but I also have been live for 30 minutes, so I don't know what to believe anymore. Anyway, we're just waiting on one more member of Ragnarok to ready up. And up over here. Watching it on another screen, so it's all good.
Yeah, I gotta say, doing this in single monitor is not as easy as having that extra second or third monitor, but
yeah.
Luckily, you've got the controls today.
We'll be there soon. You know, the update's coming, and I'm looking forward to it. It should be exciting. Be back to multi-monitor setup and have a little bit more control. Pop these comms.
Booster said that he said his child woke up.
Yeah, his kid woke up.
And so, yeah, I guess it's up to us to get another person in here.
Sorry, it seems we're having some familia issues in Ragnarok.
You in the lineup, I feel like.
Yeah, just trying to get an ear in myself. Not hearing too much going on right now, but
Quickly, but we're trying ASAP. But we do feel sorry about this. We're gonna have to use timeout because we're using the time privilege at this point.
it looks like they're planning on calling a timeout, according to Sergeant Vanover. Not quite sure the reason why, but I did hear that as we peeked into their chat.
Weird, I was listening to it. It's because Gus has this kid awake and he has to go tend to that, so they're trying to find someone to sub in for him, I think. So they are going to use a timeout.
That is correct.
I think what we can do is toss on some music and just kind of take a quick break here while we wait for this last member to get subbed in, and we will be back hopefully shortly. Should be a couple minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, I think. Usually how long these, maybe, hopefully not any longer than that.
Let's hope.
But
With
we'll
kids,
see.
it can be a bit longer, but yeah, absolutely.
I think they're trying to sub someone out for him.
Got it.
So they're tapping into that. Hopefully they can tap into that roster we were talking about earlier and find another guy to bring in, but we'll see what happens with this one. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate you. Sorry for the tech difficulties. It is what it is, you know. But me and Sleepy will keep bringing the entertainment to you. Just don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking into the tech difficulties. It seems like Ragnarok are down a member. They are looking in the reservists right now to try and fill. They've called a timeout and are struggling to find one. We are currently trying to orchestrate a potential switch of games. We may be looking to go over and catch the remainder of what will be Animal House versus Silent Purge. They started at 5 o'clock. And if we can coordinate that, we will. I know my co-caster Sleepy working diligently there. Sleepy, you're free to. You don't need to be silent no more.
All right, yeah, I'm trying to orchestrate this. They may not want to do the open caster slot right now since they're mid-map, but
Okay.
We'll see what they say. We've sent Silent a direct message.
If they're still on the first map, that'd be fine if they just want to finish it. I'm not, but they're probably on their second one, I would think.
Yeah.
They probably don't want to remake the lobby because then you lose your score, which I get.
Exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, we're just going to pose the question, see if we can't catch and can't slide into that. And at very least, I mean, maybe we'll catch a map if they're almost done with that. We can catch their third one. Yeah,
I definitely want to get back to providing the people with entertainment. That's for sure.
Yeah, I agree. We do have 5 ready here. Shit, they started this round, Sleepy.
Oh, all right. I will hop back into the lobby. Go ahead and solo that one.
If you can, hopefully you can get in.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I will whisper.
Nope. Yep, I can't.
Can't? Okay. Let me send a quick message to Silent real quick.
To Silent or Sin?
Sorry, Sin, yeah. Gotta catch the action, it's fast paced. Quick trade over here on this right side. 4v4 now, the middle breaking open, lots of fire. Diesel suppressing tags 1 over on this west side. Sinbird pushing up very aggressively, gonna be rounding right behind. Slowed down at the wrong time. Diesel peeks the corner, gets punished for it. Sinbird picks up 2 in the center now. Just like that, it's a 3v2. Fierce are looking good. Sinbird pushing aggressively up towards Gus. Gus with a quick, really strategic peek there. Tosses a nade. Doesn't land on Sin. He manages to rotate around in time. And gets the pick. On the back end, Sinbird picking up 3 member here's on this side. Now it's a 3v1. Just the Dark One camping that tank that you were talking about earlier, Sleepy, sitting right on top of it, guarding it, making sure nobody can cap there, because that's a pretty easy cap spot.
Yeah, it is. If you can get to that spot as an attacker, you are pretty much golden unless the defender knows you're there.
If you have anyone on Dark One's friends list, the only person alive is the Dark, or sorry, anyone on Ragnarok's friend list, the only one that's alive is Dark One.
I don't believe I do, but I will look.
Do you have Sinbird on your friends list?
I do not.
I think we need to have every captain of the team friend request all the casters.
That is not a bad idea.
I think we gotta set that out as an initiative on Steam. I know we've run into this issue before where I was trying to join a lobby as well. Hopefully I can communicate with them and they can hear me. The comms are fixed, but I'm not sure they are or not.
Alright, they're gonna be both behind that thing.
I'm surprised we just popped right into this round. I guess they managed to calm the baby. Rush of Light spots the last member of the Dark One alive on Tanker, catches him as he tries to rotate out, and Fierce are up one round. Hey, can you guys when you guys log out, I'm gonna try and whisper Sinbird real quick on Discord. Hey, can you drop so sleepy?
Sorry about that. Just went ahead and jumped into the.
Yeah, that was a great idea. I don't know why. That's why we have to have people in the Discord so we can communicate with them freely. One is gone. You should be able to get in now, Sleepy, and I'll have my co-caster. I need him.
Now I just need to remind myself of the password here.
Oh my gosh. How could you forget
I know.
it?
Amateur hour over here.
How could you forget it?
Alright, I'm jumping in now.
Excelente. Fierce are up 1 point on this map. They did a really aggressive push up the center there. Charged up the middle, managed to grab a couple picks early. They were actually, Ragnarok did manage to grab a few defensive picks as well. But Sinbird just came right up the middle, rotated around, and managed to grab 2. Actually 3 on this side. I think he actually even got he might have gotten that final kill. Taking a look at his kills now. No, he didn't. He shared that with Rush of Light in Vegas.
Okay, I hope their players now having trouble getting back in. I know Silent mentioned that the other week about casters and players having to boot each other out just to get back into the game.
All right, okay, Crockett back in. I think that was a hot fix that rolled out from James on his end, thankfully. So all issues sorted there. Scoreboard even working for once right now. Fierce with the actual point of 1, up 1-0 on Ragnarok in the start of this round. They're looking good though. There didn't seem to be any huge gaps. They weren't leaving any of the main spots open. They were defending them. They just ended up getting picked by some really nice play by Sinbird. So we'll see what Ragnarok can do offensively now. You're in, right?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm good.
Excellent.
All right, Fierce and Ragnarok. We've had enough waiting. Let's get these rounds rolling, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Thankfully, they didn't need to grab their sub. Maybe they did. Gus, I think, is the culprit there in the child having being awake. It's a struggle, man. Especially, what's also kind of funny too is I'm sure these guys don't want their like a kid, especially a baby, screaming in the background if he's woken up, because that'll come through the comms.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that'll definitely be an easy way for someone to locate you. It's like when you're in those pub lobbies and you have that one guy who's like jamming out to some music in his house, but he's not giving up his audio. He is just
might as well be a beacon to the enemy, right?
Yep.
Sending out the sonar. Here we go. I wonder how Ragnarok are going to approach this. I've seen different ways of taking this offensive on the Marsoc side. You can definitely sit back and play almost like you're defending an objective. You're waiting for a pick. And Fierce did play pretty forward. They did manage to get that cross across that kill lane we were talking about. 2 over on objective. Diesel shots coming out down his lane. He might pick up 1. No, they get across. More shots coming down the tunnel. Sinbird aggressively pushing up. Catches 1 on the back end. All the smokes are out. The lag coming in. Wow, Sinbird with another kill there.
And Lotus 22 picks up one on the far right. Him and Vegas sitting really tight on that objective. They definitely don't want those guys coming in on that sneaky route. And now we're looking at a 5v1 to Fierce's advantage.
We were just trailing Sinbird there. He managed to pick up another one on the back end. So Sinbird, the MVP right now, smoking out over towards Grouchy too. That might throw him off. He's looking for this next pickup. I mean, this is real interesting. They have him as this wild card running around the map. He's gonna get this next kill.
Ooh, and just a bad bit of luck for Grouchy Joker there. He could have picked off Sinbird. It looked like that might have happened because he definitely hurt him there, but Sin was just a little bit quicker. And maybe even a misfire coming out there from Grouchy Joker, giving away his position to Sinbird.
Sinbird picking up 4 kills that round. Looking for the squad wipe. Playing super aggressive on this map. I guess that's one way to play it, right? You can send out a lone ranger to sort of infiltrate the... He went right up the middle. Yeah,
he did. He was not shy about getting in there and getting stuff done. Like I said, I mean, this map can play out for aggressive plays. I mean, it's so new, and there's not really any meta, any sort of regular type of strategy that teams have been implementing. So it's anyone's game still, really.
Yeah, absolutely, and matches can swing so heavily in Onward, so we'll see if Ragnarok they can just buckle down, get a nice Volk defensive win, go into their next Marsoc push with a little momentum. But they got
Interesting. I seem to have lost control of my camera.
Try hitting escape or enter again.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
And this is a tough objective to defend. Right in the middle here, susceptible to all sorts of nades, susceptible to a lot of capping. Shots already out. A nade maybe getting Vegas?
And he's back up.
Wow, Grouchy picking up one. And these rounds are kicking off so heavy and fast.
Now, that aggressiveness that we saw working out in Fierce's favor on defense is definitely not paying off for them on this attacking round. They're already down 3 players, and Ragnarok's only managed to lose 1. They've got a good, solid defense, a little close together on the objective here. On one grenade could easily wipe out the 3 of them, but now they're spacing it out. And looks like we've got Vegas on that left side just crawling down the tunnel trying to get that flank on the backside. But Gustors is moving around. He's going to try and cover that exit, and I don't think it's quite going to play out because now Vegas is the only man left. He and Gustors are going to find each other here in just a few minutes. Well, maybe about 5 minutes at the speed Vegas is moving.
Yeah, this is like the meta defensive position for this tunnel. Gus actually going to peek this. He might see Vegas throw, and Vegas gets a really key pick. That is going to give away positioning.
It is. So let's see what he does here. Is he going to turn around and head back out the front side, the entrance, or is he going to keep pushing down and keep trying to make that exit on that backside flank? Now, Ragnarok is playing it smart. The Dark One just moves around. He repositions himself a little bit so that he can cover anybody coming out of that tunnel. It's not the best coverage, but it'll definitely work in a pinch. He won't be able to get to the backside of that objective from where he's at. So.
Yeah, you'd think you'd want to go into the dark room there, utilize that darkness, the kind of blend in, the Volk, utilize your Volk camo almost, you know, get inside some dark rooms. Vanover playing a little aggressive crossing there. I'm surprised Vegas didn't catch him. Vegas is repositioned now. This is what we're talking about, where one member can cause some havoc if you're not careful.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of the maps where you could do it. This map, with all its cover, with all its routes, you can definitely shoot and move and definitely take out multiple people, as we saw Solo do in that match just about a week or 2 ago.
Yeah, Vegas is one of those guys, too, we were talking about that is really a threat you have to watch out for. He's going to come up on these Volk members so soon. The crouch, the prone play, actually. No, he is crouched. He's going to come up on Grouchy, doesn't spot him, and gets picked by Sargent on the back end.
And Ragnarok brings in their first point for this map. It's not going to be a total washout. We are going to see some competition turning up here.
Yeah, that was a strong defensive round from Ragnarok, actually. You know, they really did play that pretty well. They didn't let anyone slip through their cracks, although they did have that potential for Vegas to come up the tunnel. They rotated to defend it. It's good to see. I like seeing rotations coming out of a team that I'm not familiar watching, or that, you know, even out of Fierce too. Vegas rotating back around in that center. The competition in this league is really amping up.
Absolutely, and I know a lot of us who were at the UK Invitational. We spoke about that quite a few times, actually, about how competition, especially on the mid to upper range of the tier of the scoreboard and the rankings from last season, we're gonna turn up the heat for this season. I mean, having an actual prize and having a competition to where you can travel to and show your skills in a live setting definitely is enticing to a lot of esports gamers. And granted, we're a new version of esports trying to emerge from the womb, if you will. But yeah, it's turned up the competition a lot. A lot of these teams, even some of the teams that I wouldn't have expected, Stone Cold Killers, for example, coming out of the woodwork this season, putting up some heavy points against teams. It's just been amazing. So I'm excited to see where the league and where these casts and the entertainment from those casts is going to be at, because it's just been incredible so far. And we're only on week 3. I mean, goodness.
It feels like we've had a whole season go by already. But,
yeah.
yeah, you're right. We're only on week 3. We have, what, 8 or 9 more weeks left in the season, or am I wrong on that? Is it a few less?
It might be a few less. I believe it's only going to be a 10-week season this week, so with the...
We'll have 7 more after this. I mean, we're not even halfway there yet, you know?
Exactly. Not even halfway there, and teams are battling it out for that first place rank.
You see some magazine trading going on, a nice feature in this game where you can swap mags. You can have an LMG guy toss a rifleman a mag. See some early smokes coming out from Darkwood. Sinbird playing really aggressive again, getting up inside that dark room. That's a kind of a common defensive strategy, though. I wonder if they'll be ready for it.
Yeah, if at this point, if Ragnarok hasn't picked up that Sinbird is on an aggressive approach on defense, they should definitely be noting that for themselves, because he's done it every round without fail. This time he's a little bit more controlled. He's not pushing up any farther than that center building, but I think that's because he knows that if he does, he's just basically going to walk into a firefight.
Well, if I can say so, they do seem to be adjusting exactly like you're saying to Sinbird. This is a completely different setup here. They have Sergeant Vanover in the back getting picked by Sin. That's devastating, and now that is information for Grouchy to act off. We'll see if Sinbird can do anything. But I was just about to say, they're watching for Sinbird to push here. Obviously not closely enough, and I don't know, we'll see if they can react off this.
And Sinbird and Diesel are right on top of each other, just on the other side of the wall. Diesel hears him, he's pushing to Sinbird. Oh. And there he goes. Diesel gets Sinbird.
Vegas pro and has to get up in time. Picks up Diesel in the back.
That was almost...
I mean, that's one of the disadvantages of being prone. It's actually hard to physically get up. Dark One trades with Lotus on the backside, and now it's a 1v3.
And Grouchy Joker is making his way up, but he gets shut down by Rush of Light right as he pushes out. Just bad timing all around, and Fierce picks up another one.
Yeah, they didn't get those back end picks. You kind of need to make a push like that. It's interesting to see that. I don't know if you'd want to move up so aggressively there. You know, you utilize your cargoes here in the middle for cover. They only had 1 inside the middle there. A nice defense regardless from Fierce, and now they're up 3-1 going into this Marsoc round.
Yeah, it's a heavy advantage, but it's not over. Cargo is a map where you can definitely take it and turn it around. We saw Danglers do that to Mob Squad in week 2 on their postponed rematch from week 1. They turned what was that, a 3-1 or 3-2 into a 5-3 victory on a cap in the last round. So it's definitely not over till the proverbial fat lady sings, but it's not looking so great right now for Ragnarok. However, they will be on defense this round. They can easily put up another point here with a strong defense. So let's see what they do. I'm interested to see if they can fight back and get to that and get that win for the first map under their belt.
Yeah, this is an easy position, in my opinion, to defend. You have lots of nice covered angles to hold and just wait for enemies to cross. And I think Ragnarok, if they're going to pull out another round, this will be the one to do it. Curious to see what kind of defensive strategy they go with right out the gate. Either way, they gotta watch out for Sinbird. He's been an absolute powerhouse on Fierce.
Yeah, there's no denying that. Sinbird is definitely the MVP so far for Fierce. He's got 9 kills in this map so far. 9 kills to 2 deaths. He is definitely putting up the numbers that they need.
Ooh, almost gets caught out by Diesel on the crossing. Rotates back around to catch Diesel and does not. Diesel just missing those shots. Sinbird almost getting fragged on the corner too. I wonder if Grouchy kind of exposed. Could get picked here. Actually, a frag tagging Gustor in the back. Oh, and look at this. Vegas with the prone approach in the tunnel.
Yeah, not that we couldn't have seen it. Ooh, and that Kraka tried to push up real stealthy on the right side, but got shut down from Grouchy Joker, it looks like, sitting there in the center. He's not out, though. Lotus is coming in for the res.
Diesel and Sinbird trade in the middle. Grouchy is going to res him up. They have to confirm Sinbird, and now it's a 5v3. Ragnarok are looking good.
I'm not sure why Dad Cracker's just sitting here. He's looking at 2 defenders wide open. There's no coverage between them. He could have just gotten a double kill there. Grouchy Joker and Diesel not noticing him either. Dad Cracker picks up Grouchy Joker, and now Diesel's got to be aware that that Dad Cracker's still there. Meanwhile, we got Gustor's pushing up on the right, trying to sneak up on Dad Cracker, but Dad Cracker hears him.
Some really nice shots. Kraka actually finally getting punished for his loud actions over there, managing to grab 2, turning it into a 2v1. Rush of Light pushing with a nice flash on Vanover. Not expecting Dark One on this backside.
No, he wasn't, and he's got another problem there too. He's got Sergeant or Grouchy Joker, who's not been confirmed, so he's still there. He can still be giving out any of those call-outs that he's seeing.
Far left.
Ooh, Rush hasn't realized he's the last member. Now he checks and does realize this. Here's some nice language out of him, and there's still a res out of Ragnarok possible. They could turn this into a 3v1.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Grouchy Joker still sitting over there, still resable. The Dark One rotated back on the objective, tried to toss a long grenade, and unfortunately it went right up and right back down. Almost killed himself. But I think Ragnarok is refusing to pick up that res because they're exposing themselves at a weak point. If who do we got there? If Rush of Light was to happen to hear that. Oh, and Rush of Light picking up Sergeant Vanover on the right side, on the left side there.
That was a crazy tight angle. He was just watching that as he backed out here. He was going for a back rotation that he's doing now. Managing to get that one there is huge. You really got to want to pick up Grouchy here and at least hope Grouchy can radio out that Rush of Light's going to be crossing soon.
Yeah, if Grouchy is doing his job as being someone who's down and not out, he should be radioing in every time he sees him. Granted, this is a new map, so call-outs haven't quite been nailed down yet for a lot of teams. I know some teams are starting to come up with strategies for how to figure out where to call out, but nothing's been really confirmed by a lot of these teams. Oh, and Dark One pushes around behind the objective crate just as Rush of Light was peeking, narrowly avoiding being shot. And Dark One is the last one who's up. He's got to put up this defense. He's got to get Ragnarok that point. Otherwise, this could be the map.
I think Rush of Light got called out here. They peek and he catches him. A really nice defensive hold from Ragnarok. I think Grouchy had to have called out that cross there because Dark One rotated really nice around that backside to get that pick.
Agreed. Yeah, I think that communication did come out. So good job on both the guy who was downed as well as the Dark One for picking up that last kill and keeping Ragnarok alive.
Yeah, I love seeing them hang in there on this round. It's really actually turned out to be a pretty competitive series so far. 3-2 here, Ragnarok. They can do anything on this offensive approach. This is a hard objective in my opinion to really cap on. Although I guess there are some unique angles to cap on. If you can manage to take, I would say, this west side of the map, you can do some interesting things with the objective.
Oh, and going back through the chat a little bit, it looks like we might have missed some early frags that had come out a little prior to when they should have a few rounds ago.
I was thinking that, and then the next round we did not see those happen, so I'm assuming that it was at least discussed. But yeah, I saw those early frags, and I think that it did get it down.
It did. I think it was Vegas that was downed on that, but it didn't seem like it actually impacted play.
Oh, they
too
won
much.
the round. They won the round still, though, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't think it really impacted the play of the game.
Yeah, I haven't seen any frags like that happen since. So I'm assuming they just had a little talk saying, "Hey, no early frags," and someone just forgot, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you're playing or when you're practicing or when you're just goofing around on the pub lobbies, you're gonna throw some early frags. You're gonna throw some early flashes, and sometimes it's just a bad habit that you get into. And when you're in a league match, that's not something that you want to affect an outcome of a round or of a map. So.
Yeah, and for anyone tuning in that doesn't know what we're talking about, you can't throw a flash or a frag grenade within the first 15 seconds of the round.
Yes.
But smokes are allowed. You can throw a smoke before the countdown timer is even started, before the countdown timer is even finished. So while you're still in your waiting area, you have to wait 15 seconds before you can move anywhere. You can actually throw smokes then, even to set up crossings to make sure you can get across safe, and you'll see some really experienced teams do that.
All right. Can Ragnarok get in a Marsoc win to keep this round going, or are we going to see Fierce close out Cargo right here, 4-2?
I'm curious who picked this map.
That is a good question. Oh, a frag comes out from Dak Kraka, but it was way too far, doesn't catch anybody.
Man, Sinbird has just grabbed 3 here. He's playing so aggressively. Confirming that third one. There's still Diesel alive, and he's pushing up now. Vanover is completely trapped. Sinbird crashing in on him. Oh, I snapped to the wrong. The bindings are hard to work with sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta watch when you let that key. Sinbird does pick up Vanover. Grouchy Joker's the only man left. He's here on the right side, and he is pretty much swarmed. He picks up Lotus, but Dak Crack, a rush of light herds him.
Ooh,
Grouchy Joker picks up a second one. He confirms that one. Lotus is still up calling for a revive, but he's got Vegas and Dak Cracker just sitting here waiting on him to move.
Oh, he doesn't get inside the door. If he had managed to cross inside that doorway, maybe he could have picked up one, but a nice attempt, and Fierce managing to get the win, 4-2. That's the first map going to them, Cargo.
Overall, good map, though. We ended up seeing a good fight, good bout. Definitely something that we wanted to see. We definitely didn't need this to go one-sided all the way through. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm curious as to whose map choice that was. I'm going to guess that was Fierce's pick. I think they started on Marsoc too, if I'm not mistaken, so that kind of lends you to that idea that Ragnarok picked Volk into that Volk defensive. So we'll see what Ragnarok's map choice is. So I'm guessing is Ragnarok's map choice. I wonder if we are going to get Subway. I don't think I've cast a Subway competitive league maps in a long time.
Teams are filing in. I'm not sure if that's so they can discuss what map they'd like to go to, or if we're going to sit here and do us a Subway match.
I think we might sit here and do us a Subway match.
It's looking like it. I mean, this is definitely a good way if your team has not got the advantage, or if you're down in points. This is a good way to catch up and put some more points back on the board. So
yeah, but you have mirrored objectives now on Subway, so that potential advantage could gleam out of this. That real strong one where if you get the right spawns, you can win. That's not there anymore, so each one has. If you get a strong spawn, the other team gets it too.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw that happen in the Danglers Phoenix game last week. Phoenix got the north spawn first on attack. Danglers managed to shut down that attack, luckily, and then Danglers were able to come back in on the next round on their attack and get the cap and add those extra 2 points and end up closing out the match. So anything could happen, but yeah, having the mirrored objectives is at least a little bit more fair to both sides, because it used to be you would dread seeing that north objective, that north stair objective come up on your iPad when you got into the map, and knowing that you got to rush and do everything you can to stop it because you may not have that opportunity on the next round.
Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever indulged in Yoshi's Indian restaurant?
In what now? I'm sorry.
in Yoshi's Indian restaurant?
I have not.
Right next to Triple X every day.
No.
There's the pizza place, the hotel parlor, the drug store, right next to the bar. You know what I'm talking about?
What, here in Los Angeles?
Dude, Yoshi's.
I'm lost. I'm not getting the reference. I'm sorry.
Camera 1.
Stand by.
Indian restaurant, Yoshi's, right next to the Triple X Everyday store.
Oh my goodness.
By the
Yep,
pizza
okay.
and hotel place, by the drugstore next to the bar.
You're right. That was a bad call. I had no idea.
Man.
You know, I've never really paid attention to what's on these signs. I just know that there's a lot of what looks to be Chinese characters, Mandarin characters on these signs here. So.
Yeah, well, we have that sort of aesthetic. We also have this upper objective, which is probably the easiest one to defend, in my opinion.
It's definitely one of the easiest. I know basement is also on that list
Oh my
of
gosh.
easy for me. Doesn't look like we've got a lot going on the south
No,
stairs here yet. A couple of them pushing over there.
If you look over at north, though, they managed to snag one real early. I missed the action there, but it looks like Gus or one of those members picking that up, and now they're going to pillage his body, maybe grab any nades he has off him, get an extra syringe there.
And Vegas takes down 2 on the south stairs. No recovery there. So that team on the north is going to have to do their part. Hopefully the defenders here recognize what's going on and keep screwing up my hotkey. And rotate back, because otherwise... Oh, and they get another one from that north side. Just watching the map.
Yeah, all 3 here are crashing over. Diesel pushing really aggressively up towards objective. I think he has pad out. He does. He has pad out. They have smoked the objective, and he's going to try and cap this. Lotus is holding this tight angle, though. Can he cap from this fence? Because he's going to get the 2 points here.
No, I do not believe so. I think you have to be in the... Oh my, he can!
And this is fantastic to see. Ragnarok picking into Subway and pulling out strats that neither you nor I, veterans of the league, know about. That's some good stuff right there. And that's going to get Ragnarok a 2-0 lead.
And I'm in my notebook writing that one down right now, because I got to try that. I'd never do that cap existed. I thought you had to get in farther into that little market up there before you could cap.
Well, you know why? Because he never tried to go over this box here. He kind of walked on top of the box and capped there.
Ah, that's true. The boosting mechanic that's been introduced in 1.2 is a new thing. Granted, he didn't use any teammates to get up there, but he was able to get up that box and get to an interesting position that was not accessible prior to, and so a lot of us long-term veterans of the game aren't going to know that one as easily because it's just not something we were able to do before, so it was just an area that we could not get to. So
I'm interested.
Good on him for figuring that out.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, that's what you see out of these new players too. They're trying to innovate. They see things happen and they're like, why isn't there a guy right here? Why aren't they capping right here? Look at this. You can just walk right over here. That's great to see. I wonder, but honestly, dude, that could have been a spot that you could have always gone to. I don't think I've ever really tested pushing up through that box ever in my life. I never tried to cap next to that fence like that. I mean, even if you couldn't walk on top of the box, you could easily stick your arm out over it and get close enough to enter in your code. That's putting them in. That's a really nice answer back after losing a map 4-2.
Yeah, that's definitely the way you want to come into the next map. And again, you know, this is what I was saying. Subway is a good map for if you're down in the points or you're down in the rounds to get some of those points back. And that's exactly what Ragnarok have done here. They got 2 points back right off the bat. And now they're going to be defending, so this could very easily be a 3-0 map right here on this next round.
Yeah, absolutely right. Especially depending on what spawn Marsoc get here, and it is going to be a fast south spawn. This is kind of a risky spawn for Marsoc because you're going to run into the Volk right away. You usually send 2, 3, maybe even 4 guys to defend against this early spawn in particular. So some nades are going to be coming out here right away, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, oh, and it looks like Fierce is going to send the whole team south, all 5 members pushing up the south stairs. Couple staying in tight on the walls to watch the alley. They got a shield on the right side. Oh, and the frag comes out from the back alley, but no effect. Looks like Rush of Light shield might have actually saved that Cracker there.
I like Sergeant Vanover's spot where he's crossed the street there. You're not typically going to be looking there. This is a nice play from Fierce, though. They have the smokes right where you want them. Suppressive fire coming out right over towards where Sergeant Vanover is. Sinbird really nicely finding that, and they do a trade there. He's going to get res, and they're going to confirm Vanover. Fierce are in a nice position right now.
And they've rezzed, and all 4 members, -1, are going to push down that alley where they've made that weakness. However, you've got Dak Kraka, who's going to push slowly up the street, where he may run into Grouchy Joker.
Yeah, he's covered in smoke. I wonder if they can see that there. A lot of suppressive shots from Rush of Light, but they're not going to be answered by anyone. We'll keep on to Dak Cracker, where he's going to find the action soon.
Utilizing that movement speed of the Crouch very well. Shouldn't be making too much noise. However, he should now hear Grouchy Joker coming up, and it looks like he does. He seems to be reacting just a bit, waiting on that guy to peek. And there we go. Dak Cracker picks him up.
That was some
Good
nice
play by that.
Yeah, that was good pre-fire out of him too. I think he was shooting there before he even rounded the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we've got Fierce making their way into the market with their shield on point. They managed to tag one. They got another. There's just one defender left. They need to keep him alive so they can go in for that cap. Oh, but they win it. That was a great play by Fierce to stop an easily defended point there.
That was, I mean, we're seeing some really nice plays out of both of these squads. They were absolutely strategically playing that. They knew they had guys watching the back street as they were making that push. They left one in this back alleyway, and he was making sure no one was going to come in the flank while they had another coming in this front side, causing a bit of a distraction. That was a really nice utilization of the shield. That's stuff you love to see right there.
Absolutely, yeah. That was a great play. That's all I can really say about it. They did their job, and I was really concerned when I saw all 5 of them running up the south stairs. That's not typically something you see from a lot of the teams, but they made it work for them. They got that first pick in that side alley in the south, and they moved up. Then you had Dak Cracker get his pick, which opened up that south almost completely. And then they just pushed in and just dominated in that marketplace, and so good on them, good for them. That was a good round.
Yeah, it is a really risky though. If there was just a little bit, it's just that nade was tossed a hair farther. You're inside of 5 dudes right there, blowing up that entire team, and it's gonna be, I mean, that could have been a one grenade killing that entire squad right there in the corner.
Absolutely, yeah. That very easily could have been. Could have easily been a clipped video. That could have easily been a squad wipe grenade. Now we've got what looks like center platform objective downstairs. Got Ragnarok sending 3 on the north side, Diesel, Gustos, and Sergeant Vanover.
Yeah, they're gonna be heard by Kraka here. You can hear through those walls, but they don't really have anybody watching the south side very strongly.
No. It looks like Vegas may be in one of the subway cars looking at the entrance.
Take a look over at the north side. Lotus tossing a nade almost grabs one. Might have some trades happening real soon here.
Gustors is making some call-outs in the south. Being that he's the point man with the shield and Vegas' positioning, he's going to have a second to get some coverage. Oh, but Dak Cracker's going to pop out of the door, and he manages to take Gustors out.
Wow, Gustors just was barely peeking the wrong way there. Didn't have the shield coverage he needed. That's a good shot from Kraken. Here comes a nade to maybe confirm this.
Oh, but it sounds like Vegas actually just took out his own teammate.
Oh, the nade catches this south side, and they're done. Now there's only one left, the dark one.
Oh my goodness, the frag dropped by Gustors after he was TK'd by Vegas has taken out the southern attackers, leaving the south completely thwarted, and there's only one guy left on the north. This is looking really good for Fierce on defense here.
Yeah, I think that a little luck involved there, but that nade actually really nicely tossed off of the dead body. Managing to grab both of them there. He could have, interestingly enough, I thought he was reaching down to grab the grenade and throw it away, but he went to pick up the shield and just didn't pull it up in time to block that grenade from killing him.
Wow. Dark One being very cautious on the north turnstiles, checking to see if he can spot any easy picks.
Rush of Light giving out his position with some pre-fire there.
Yeah, I wasn't really too sure what that fire was at. There's only one guy left, and he's definitely not visible. But Lotus and Rush of Light both covering this exit. It's looking pretty unlikely for Dark One to be able to make it out here. And there it is. 2-2.
This has been a great series so far. Ragnarok answering back very nicely. Fierce answering back very nicely with a Marsoc win and a Volk W. We'll have to see if Ragnarok can regain the momentum. This is an easier objective to defend. You just have to guard those north and south tunnels. But a good strategic team knows how to get there, get through these. It takes a lot. Takes a lot.
Absolutely.
I mean, you need at least 1 to 2 shield wears. You need a lot of smokes. You need some frags. You need probably an LMG for some suppressive fire. There's not an easy way out of these entry points.
No, I really feel that speed is one of your best friends in trying to make it through these turnstiles, especially on the south. There's a few spawn instances where you can outrush the defenders through that south turnstiles and get at least into that yellow room, if not just push your way down further into the turnstiles where the defense isn't going to be looking right away. So speed is definitely an ally there as well, but there's very few teams that if defense gets set on both sides, that they can actually manage to get through those turnstiles. This is a very hard map, and it's usually very one-sided in Volk's advantage for defense.
Yeah, oddly enough, though, we started the map off with 2 Marsoc wins. I think that is, although because we got one of the easier objectives to cap on. I don't know though. We were talking about how that's probably one of the easier ones to defend in reality. I don't know what we're seeing. If we're seeing really skilled offensive play or weak defense.
Yeah, it is hard to tell. Definitely know that first Ragnarok attack was very strong, as was that response from Fierce. Even though they didn't get the cap, they did that. Their coordination on that play was sublime. So I think we're seeing more strong offense right now than we are defense.
Yeah.
But that could all change. It's 2-2. It's still anybody's map.
Yeah, absolutely. A reminder on the full score here. Fierce taking cargo 4-2. We are on our second map on Subway. Tall Tide here. I believe it was Fierce starting off on Volk as well. It was Ragnarok's map, so we'll see what happens. So far, it's been a pretty close series, competitive series.
Yeah, it's been a great one to watch. It did take us a little while to get going with the time issues, but it's been worth the wait so far. On the north side, speaking of that action, we've got Datcracker and Sinbird slowly making their way down the north stairwell. Sinbird down prone, Datcracker in a slow crouch move. But not too many defenders directly down the stairs. They're not going to make it very far. Defense is set on the north side. But you never know what'll happen, so.
Yeah, he's prone here going down these stairs because you have to have your gun at the lowest point so that you can see, as soon as you get the angle, anybody that's in this backside by the soda machines. Looks like we have some suppressive fire over on the south. Sergeant Vanover pumping it out over towards Rush of Light. He sees the smokes, he doesn't like that.
Smokes are out on the north turnstiles, though I'm not sure it's going to really give them too much time. They don't have a shield. They don't have anyone who's going to be able to block the shots while being able to give other teammates that information as to where the opponent is shooting from. A few shots come out from Grouchy Joker, but he doesn't hit anything. Datcracker's now peeking the corner, seeing if you can't see him. Frag comes out, but it falls really short. I don't think that's going to manage to get anybody. Nope.
If anything, I was going to catch Sinbird. Over on the south side, we do have a shield out. Rush of Light blocking a grenade. Lotus kind of checking their backside, making sure everything's okay. And they need to get inside that short L on the south side so you can push up. But Gus is also watching that, so it's going to be hard for them to manage to pierce through here. Here they go. Rush of Light gets picked in the backside. Lotus going to get the res off.
And he does.
Instantly picked up, playing very aggressively on this outside.
And it looks like Grouchy Joker has now managed to pick off both attackers on the north. He's got great positioning. I like the spot that he's in. He's on that north basement stairs, peeking between the bars. It's very hard. Oh, and there's the win.
Yeah, that was a really interesting push from Fierce. They're playing a little bit too aggressive, popping out of those corners, expecting no one to be holding their angles. And they kind of got punished for it. You need shields if you want to be coming around the corners. You need at least well-placed smokes. Otherwise, if you don't have either one of those, you're going to have a tough time coming out of these small gaps in this map.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. So, overall score is 6-5. It's a very close match right now. If Ragnarok can even just get 1 point here, if they can close out this map with 4, they can tie it up 6-6 going into the last map. Tied maps, tied score. Could make for a very interesting third map. I'd be excited to see where they take it to finish it off.
Yeah. Again, the way scoring sort of works at the moment, maps are the most dominant. If you win 2 maps, you win the series. Doesn't matter if you've lost your in points, you still get the MMR boost. What does matter is how many points you win or lose, though. That determines how much MMR you win or lose. So points do matter. To have it tied up is pretty ridiculous. Ragnarok do need this map right now if they want to keep things tied up and have that third map be the decider, though. They need this round as well. You said speed's the ally. Look at how fast Vanover is sprinting here.
Yeah, I'm missing the action. My spectating when going to the map is no longer being cooperative here. Not sure what's going on.
Well, all 3 of Ragnarok members on the south side have dropped in a instant. Vegas pumping out some suppressive fire. We had another go down on that north side. Grouchy Joker trying to make something happen. Here's the approach from Fierce and gets a little nervous with the suppressive shots. Sinbird playing so aggressive. Wow, Sinbird with a good flash, but it only gets one of them, the dark one. Picking another one up on the backside. Not sure who they have left alive. Oh, it looks like they had one drop on Ragnarok's end.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. I think I may use that to reset myself here in this lobby because I may have encountered some sort of freeze or glitch, so I'm going to go ahead and take that time to reset myself.
Alright, let me pop over to the scoreboard. Whisper Sinbird. Let me update your scores here. We are all tied up. I mean, we can have I mean, this series has been really great so far. I mean, the MMR is doing its work, you know?
Yeah.
We're getting close matches no matter where you look. We're all tied up on Subway 3-3. Ragnarok need this map.
All right, and I was able to get back in, and looks like I have my camera controls back, so we are good to go for this final round here on Subway.
Fantastic. Yeah, that was a real fast-paced map. Ragnarok stormed down the south side and tried to get inside that L before anyone was really in position to defend it. They almost did, but all 3 getting picked, some frags coming out. and then their push just getting shut down on the north. It's a hard it's hard to get in here. This is why it's either banned or teams just don't pick it, because either way, no matter what team no matter what side you're on, it's a hard map to play.
Agreed. And looks like Ragnarok having a little difficulty getting their last player back in.
No, they did say Diesel was restarting, so.
Gotcha.
Hey man, have you seen Toby?
I haven't seen him in a while, no. How's he doing?
I don't know, he's only got 3 legs.
Don't do this to me again.
I guess it's, I don't know, maybe I just called him Toby, but he's the tabby cat with 3 legs.
I like to think of that as Smoils that's been lost.
You're just saying that because it's tagged with his name on the bottom.
Yeah, maybe I am.
Been brainwashed. What sort of fun little treats are there around here? The Big Apple Herald, Columbus Stalker. That's a weird name for a newspaper. It's a real wholesome world. Schools taking steps to give kids fruits and vegetables.
I'm glad to see that whatever municipality school system is getting their proper fundage so that they can encourage their students to perform in school. Stay in school, kids. Drugs aren't cool.
Also, visit Tasmania. And eat Gabroletto, Italian-style favorites.
And while we're on the subject of advertisement, everyone make sure that you go out to your local convenience store and buy you some cucumber juice. That's C-U-C-U-M-B-A. Cucumber.
You can also enjoy a nice, cool, fizzy Coke whenever you want. It's delish.
Alright, looks like we got Diesel back in the lobby now. Hopefully everything's okay. I believe now we're in the planning stage as each person has 1 man not readied up. The universal new signal for don't start this round without me.
Well, oddly enough, the ready sign means you're ready, and if you're not ready, then you don't.
That's true, however, it's been a little bit more difficult to utilize now that the teams have whiteboards that they can use in the lobby to strategize and pre-plan next. So doing that automatic ready thing could get the round started on you while you're still trying to figure out your defense.
Yeah, I know you should. Yeah, the ready up sign should be used when you're ready.
Exactly. Who would have thought?
I know. And we are going to go into what is this, a upper level middle objective?
Yeah, it looks like the Coke machine objective in the center of the middle platform there.
Now, if you're not watching your south entry points here, this is a capable objective.
Absolutely. This is one of those objectives that I was talking about earlier, where if Marsoc pushes in with some speed, they can get in that yellow room and get themselves right on top of the objective with a few good picks.
Nice suppressive fire. Catches one. They are pushing up hard through the L. Lotus here already up. My objective grabs another. The entire south side's dead. Ragnarok are not looking good on this map. There's only 2 left. They see Lotus approaching.
Sinbird manages to catch Grouchy Joker and Fierce pull out the round. That was a quick round. Good speed, nice accuracy. Overall, well played by Fierce there. And that'll take Subway.
Yeah, and that's the series win for Ragnarok. They still want to play this last map because, like we've been saying, map points do matter. It determines how much NMR you win or lose. And so far, Ragnarok are right in there. They're gonna lose a very small amount on this loss on the series. So they're gonna want to try and take this next map.
Yeah, that's it. And honestly, the points gap really isn't that great. I mean, it's 8-5. It's 3 points. If Ragnarok can pull out an impressive victory on this next map, they could tie it up and score, even if they don't win the map. So
yeah, That's going to soften the blow.
It will, definitely.
Ooh, and we're going to be on Bazaar. That is
Could be worse.
a fun one to watch. With these two teams, it should be pretty high octane. At least I hope we're on Bazaar. We'll see if the teams start to pop in or not.
I'm sure that it'll be bizarre. They haven't done too much back and forth. There haven't been a lot of rehosts in this game. I think both teams are pretty confident with their map choices. They know what they want going in, and it looks like that's what we're seeing because they're readying up. All players are coming in. This is what we're going to be looking at this time.
Man, Sinbird, you gotta watch out for that high. I mean, yeah, they've all played that really fast. Like Lotus was crashing in through that L on that south side so hard. And that's what you're talking. I mean, that's the strat you're talking about, right?
Absolutely, yeah. If Marsoc plays that objective correctly, with the way the Volk spawn is, Marsoc has the ability to get in through that south gate and into that yellow L room and start picking. If they can get those picks and the North defense doesn't realize it, they can get right up to that objective really quick, get that cap in. I've seen it happen 100 times in comp lobbies. I've seen it happen quite a few times in matches. You really got to be on point. You got to get your guys down to the south as quick as possible if you're defending that objective.
We are going to be hopping on to Bazaar. One of my favorites. Fun map to play on, fun map to spectate.
Yeah, for sure. This is definitely one of my top maps as well. I got to say personally, Quarantine is still my top map.
Yeah, I think we have very similar taste in map preference. Well, I like those. I like the strategies that are available in Quarantine, and I like the ones that are available on Bazaar. All sorts of angles that you just never think about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can come from hundreds of directions. You can peek from a multitude of windows and doorways. A lot of good shading going on, so you have the option of kind of hiding yourself a little bit. Yeah, the maps, both Quarantine and Bazaar, and a few others actually really lend to attacking from multiple positions.
They watched for that early spawn. They didn't see it. And it wasn't. It's that far southeast corner. Sorry, southwest.
And Fierce has already put smokes into the center courtyard. El Vegas sitting right on the corner, ready to pounce. And he's doing his typical El Vegas thing. Oh well, no, he didn't get all the way on the floor.
Yeah, he's in these smokes though. They do spot him. Gus is gonna pick him out.
Yeah, and if it wasn't Gus, it was gonna be Grouchy Joker. Grouchy Joker is sitting in that little cubby hole over here on the left side. Very dark, especially when you're a Volk player. It's hard to see you. So either way, I don't think he was going to make it very far on that particular push.
Yeah, they're getting in position to kind of crash on the objective. Dak Krakow on the backside might be able to pick one along this north wall. Dark one is gonna find himself into a bit of a pinch here soon enough.
And he gets taken out by
both of them.
Grouchy Joker.
Both sides on both sides of him, he was getting shot there. Now you gotta hope there isn't a team kill, and it looks like there might have been. Oh no, Van overtraded with him.
Yeah. Oh no, and Sinberg picks up one behind the main objective building, and he is wide open for a cap here. There is no other defenders on objective right now. He is in the corner. He's got Tab out. Grouchy's coming up from around. Is he going to catch him in time? I don't think so.
No, Sinberg does get caught.
Wow. That situation right there is where you gotta get that cap speed down to a minimum.
That is huge from Grouchy.
Yeah, Grouchy just saved Ragnarok's butts on being 2-0 down on the very first round of this map. Now they're up 2v1, only one attacker left, and he's moving in on the north side.
It is the right side. I mean, it's a smart side to push from. You have all sorts of cover. You can peek through windows. You can pop up through windows. You have a better. Usually now at this point, especially with only two alive, Ragnarok are kind of rotating a bit more frantically on objective, so you can use that to your advantage. See what Rush can do.
He's got an LMG, and he just reloaded it, so I don't think he's going to have to worry about running out of ammo in this firefight, but good bit of panic could cause everything to crumble. Grouchy Joker and Diesel both on objective, just kind of looking all over the place. They have no idea where Rush of Light is. If he can get in quick and well, I shouldn't say quick, but if he can get in low and slow with that tab already out, he could have a good advantage here and might be able to sneak in to get the cap. Grouchy Joker hears him.
Yeah, he's moving too loud. Gets caught out by Grouchy, and man, the MVP of that round, huh? Shutting down the push from Fierce.
Absolutely, that cap deterrence was amazing. Granted, Sinbird should have had that cap a while back, but
I think he was about one button away from hitting send there. So I think Grouchy. Yeah, I was spectating on him. It looked like he had punched in 6 or 7 numbers and was going for send next, but got caught.
Those nerves, though, too. We talked about it before. Not necessarily just that you know that you're being casted. You know that other members of the community and other people are watching this, but also just knowing that you're the man who's about to do it. Just being on that objective and knowing that it's on you to get that cap. That's when the hands start shaking. That's when the code gets forgotten, or you press the wrong button because you just barely missed that 6 when you're going for a 5. And
yeah, I'm sure that it's going to be an update in the future, but you can't see them entering in a code. What they're looking at when they're seeing a blank pad there is they basically have a finger pointing to buttons to enter in on a code, and your finger is moving around. Your hands shaking. Especially, I mean, no matter what, when you're playing a comp lobby, no matter if it's getting cast, no matter where you are, the ESL, you're at home in your VR room, it's the adrenaline is always pumping when you're entering in a cap. I think that's why so many people that play competitively get so addicted to the game, because that adrenaline rush is so much fun.
Yeah, and with this game, there's so many ways for that adrenaline to start flowing. I remember one of the first few times that I was playing this game back, I don't know, a year, almost 2 now. And the first time you get shot at and you hear that crack from that round hitting close to you, it gets the blood going. It definitely gets the heart rate up. And if anyone's ever watched one of Parzival's streams, when he has his heart rate monitor going, you see exactly what this game can do to your heart rate, can do to your adrenaline.
Yeah, it ramps it up. We are going to be hopping into this next round. It looks like it is going to be mirrored objectives, so we're back on Kayat. We'll see what Fierce can do on their defensive approach this time.
And it looks like the Marsoc side got the same spawn as well. Both teams spawned in that southwest corner this time. A few of them already crossing across the middle. You hear Sinbird already. Yep, Sinbird's already calling those out.
Depending on how fast these guys come across on this east side, Sergeant Vanover might get picked. He doesn't. He just managed to barely squeak through there without getting picked.
I gotta say, looking at the map here on the exploded level, I'm a little concerned for Ragnarok's defense, or Fierce's defense here. They're really spread out. If those 2 guys in the objective area get picked real early, this is going to be over fast, because Ragnarok can capitalize on that, get in on the objective, and they just won't be able to rotate in time.
I think Vegas is on top of Grouchy here.
Yeah, he is. I think Vegas is up on that top platform, or Vegas is underneath, whereas... no, I'm sorry, I was right before.
Yeah,
Vegas is up top while the attacker is below him, and they can't do anything about it right now. Vegas is best to just keep his cool and wait for it. If he exposes himself now,
oof,
he's going to be doomed.
Misses the shot. How is Grouchy not looking over here? Oh, maybe Vegas was out of ammo? I don't know. He goes for a reload here, and he has 2 easy picks if he just peeks this corner.
Meanwhile, in the east,
Grouchy gets picked. What's happening over east? Some more suppressive on Vegas. He's in a bit of
Diesel
a
has made his way into the blue garage on the southeast side of the bazaar. Sergeant Vanover is now at the broken tank wall on the south side of the street. looking to probably pick Rush of Light there. Rush of Light's in a great spot as well. He's tucked into this shack over here on the far eastern wall. It's a real dark room. It's really hard to see him in there. So if Sergeant Vanover pushes across the street in the open.
Yeah, he called that out, so they know he's there. I think he did get one on the backside. That cracker did get picked. Sergeant Vanover has this open street. Picked in the middle, almost grabs Rush of Light with the frag. The last remaining member alive is Diesel.
And he gets shot in the back.
Yeah, that's a nice defensive round from Fierce there. Really hectic. Picks going up on the opposite sides of the map. The really spread approach actually working out for Fierce. They managed to find people off guard. Yeah.
They must have heard me, decided they were going to show me why that defense works.
Yeah, I mean, it is risky though. I mean, to have Vegas way over there in that northwest corner, and then to have those guys way over there in East Shack. If you go up the middle with smokes and get those two that are defending the objective, it's done deal.
Yep. But that's not how it was played. I think a few mistakes were made on the attacking side. You know, Grouchy Joker just wasn't even looking after Vegas fired on his teammate and missed the shot on that eastern street. It just could have been played a little bit better on the attacking side there, but you know, we're only able to judge because we can see it from a bird's eye view.
Yeah, it's exponentially harder to see what's going on, to see if your frags have been successful, if your smoke has landed where you want it to go, if your flashbang actually got anybody. You know nothing, so to see anybody.
Yeah, this isn't Call of Duty, folks. You're not going to get a little X that pops up on your screen that shows that you hit somebody with something, so you're just going to have to go with it. Fierce making their push from the east spawn at the tank. Vegas has already made his way quite a significant way up the center street. He's now checking to see if anyone's going to try and flank in that bazaar. Sinbird backing him up. He's watching the mini bazaar on the western side of the map there. There's definitely one over there, but the way he's laying, I don't think anyone's going to see him anytime soon.
Yeah, you can see Diesel trying to prone peek this main street, and he doesn't find anybody. Suppressive shots North Street, it seems like. Sergeant Vanover could be in trouble. He's the one that's watching over there.
Lotus taking some suppressive shots at the kill room, the Yada El Harbi trading, but not connecting with anyone.
The Dark One also sending some shots through the wood. Everyone is pushing now the suppressive shots north. They're pushing up to this middle mini courtyard. Vegas here looking for someone in that dark lane. The smokes are out towards objective. Simber's playing this so fast.
Yep, he popped a flash there as well. I think he was originally going to go into that building, but he decided to take the hot route up top. He's probably going to drop down off this ledge and come in, try and get around the side of Grouchy Joker in there. Grouchy Joker's really focused on that southwest street approach, not really checking too many other angles.
I mean, he will catch one if he keeps holding that, but yeah, Sinbird could push him. That early pick is huge. Take a look at their defensive positioning. They still have one tucked up on that north side. He does get the pick. It pays off. Sinbird
got more shots coming in from Lotus there at the white car on the west.
Sinbird and El Vegas are pushing up. Grouchy getting very distracted by Vegas's fast moves. This is... Man, they are right inside. Sinbird's going to round the corner here. Grouchy's not looking. That's another pick for Sin. We're evened out 3-3. Right. Ooh.
Gustors hits Sinbird, but no kill. He's calling it out to Vegas, and Gustors takes Vegas down with a refrag by Sinbird. Sinbird is not out, but he will be able to provide information to Lotus, who will be approaching that cap at any time now. Oh no, I'm sorry. Looks like Diesel managed to tag Lotus at some point there in the southwest.
Yeah, it is chaos. Dak Crack is shooting from the stairs, trying to find any sort of picks. If he can get over to Sinbird, I think he can get a res off around the corner.
That would be a smart play, in my opinion. You definitely, especially now knowing that you're the only man left versus multiple defenders, I would want to have those numbers on my side. Heck, with 2 minutes and 52 seconds, I'd run back to the north and get whoever that is, Rush of Light, laying down there on the north side.
Yeah.
Get that third person.
No kidding. If he tries to push up here, Diesel's going to pop up and get the pick. He's watching Sinbird. I'm surprised he hasn't confirmed that kill. You always want to put a couple extra rounds in down bodies no matter what, even if you know you killed him.
Yeah, that's correct. I definitely don't take my chances when it comes to a league match. In a comp lobby, pub lobby, sure. I'll drop him and just move on unless I hear him talking. But in a league match like this, I'm going to take my shots, and then I'm going to put some more shots in just to say, I told you so.
Yeah, Diesel's holding this angle, but I don't think he sees Kraken behind the pillar.
If you are, tell me what you're doing.
No, it's looking like that Kraken might have the wall. Yeah, that little crevice of wall covering him. He does manage to get Sinbird up. It's now 2v2 here with a possible res. Sinbird putting shots on Diesel's position.
Spread its ballots, guys.
He needs Vanover to rotate a little bit and help him with some suppressive fire. Diesel's down now. It's all up to Vanover on Ragnarok's end.
Guys down, I think.
That Kraken pushes outside the room, but I think Vanover's going to be able to see him. Sinbird takes shots at what he thinks is still Diesel's body, but however, they're not there. Vanover's pushed out. He's now outside by the red truck. He's going to wait for them to cross the street, which is a smart play here because they've got to get over there to get that cap. Manages to take out that Kraken. Sinbird hears it and is now rotating. He's going to try and get an angle on him, but Vanover returns back to the defense of the objective.
Yeah, that was a really clutch pick from Vanover. I was thinking maybe he should have sat there and waited for both of them to cross, but I think Sinbird would have rotated around behind him like he's doing right now. So the right play from them, and we only have a minute left here. Time is of the essence. Sinbird's going to have to make a move soon.
Vanover is doing the frantic defense dance, as I like to call it. He's going to run around. He's going to check every angle that he knows the defenders or the attackers can come in and cap from. Sinbird playing a little easy, playing it a little calm for only having 41 seconds left. He may actually fail to notice his time here and could give Ragnarok the point by not watching that watch.
Yeah, he's got it right there on his wrist. He still hasn't checked it. Yeah, you're right. He hasn't checked it. No, I think he just did now. Look, he says, oh no, 25 seconds.
He's hightailing it in. Vanover's checking tablet. He's checking around. He's really interested in that back cubby. If Sinbird is smart, he'll come around. Oh, and he is. He's going to catch Vanover in the back here. And there it is. Fierce managed to pull out the point with 12 seconds left. Wow. I did not think that was about to happen.
Come on, man, wake up.
Yeah, that was really close. Sinbird almost,
said,
he almost didn't check
"Come
it.
on, man."
I know, I heard it. Sinbird almost didn't check his watch in time there.
Yeah, but you saw, as soon as he checked his watch, he knew that he had very little time left. He was beelining for the objective. I mean, full sprint across the street. He did not care if anyone was there. He was going in for it. He didn't care.
Yeah, an interesting rotation too, because you know that they have to cross that street. I mean, unless they go all the way around North Wall, they have to cross that street to get to objective. So maybe I would say hold a different angle there that you can catch them when they're out in the open. But you know, you also want to be on top of objective because they could be coming from anywhere. You don't have the information we have, so he doesn't know Sinbird's the last alive. He has to hold that objective, assuming anybody else could be coming in on it.
Yeah, and you know, I bet Sergeant Vanover was there. He kept pulling his tab. He knew how much time was left. I think he was really betting on the fact that the attackers did not, and was hoping that he might get that win from time alone. But I know for me, when it's me in that last man standing situation on defense, I'm doing what he's doing. I'm running around like a crazy person. And if I know somebody is over there somewhere and there's only one or two of them left, I'm going to push at them, because half the time they're not going to let you kill them. It takes a real disciplined player to let you kill them when they know their teammate's going for a cap. So, but here we go. Round number 4. Only a 1-point lead for Fierce. Let's see what happens here. We still got the same mirrored objective.
Yeah, if you are just tuning in, this is the 3rd map in the series. First map went to Fierce 4-2. Second map to Fierce 4-3. Now we are here on Bazaar. Those were Cargo and Subway, by the way. Now we're here on Bazaar. 2-1, Fierce with the lead going into the Volk defensive.
Okay, and Ragnarok is taking an interesting approach, though they just changed it after I said that. where I thought they were going to send all 5 guys down the south street towards the west, but now they're kind of taking that southwestern block, spreading out a little bit, spreading their fire, and already taking one down. I believe that might have been Grouchy Joker taking that pick there.
A second one picked up by Vanover on this backside there, trying to go around for that flank. I think that was actually Sinbird. That's a really huge pick. Here they come. It's opened up. This cross. Gus is across. He's spotted by Rush of Light.
No connection, but Rush. Gustors did manage to get a frag off, unfortunately, no effect. Diesel's now pushed up into the window where he can see kind of into the objective building. He's going to pop smoke on that, try and get some coverage for him. And I think we could be seeing a cap attempt here. He's got the tablet out, he's moving in.
He gets past one, he pulls out his gun, he sees
him. And a trade. However, now the south of the objective is completely open. If Grouchy Joker and the Dark One, I think Grouchy Joker might have just been taken out by the Dark One, and there's no res. But if the Dark One can get up the south here, he could cap this objective.
Yeah, this is.
But how unfortunate.
I mean, this is pretty free. Actually, you know what? It is being watched by Rush of Light. He has to get picked up on the backside if they want to have that free cross. Oh, look at this! Vanover gets the knife. Now it's a free cross.
Wow. Great sneakiness by Vanover there. Now just one defender left. He's quite a bit off. That's Vegas. Yeah, it's a strong player. He's a seasoned player. He should know where he's looking, but he's the only man left, and he's a little bit far off the objective. If Vanover can get across the street, it's a cap. It's over. But Vegas has definitely got eyes on the Dark One's path. So unless Dark One was to cut through Blue Garage, which it looks like he's about to do now, and cut in towards the street side, I don't know if there's much Vegas can do from this position. I think he's going to get caught with his pants down here, actually.
Yeah. Oh, Vanover might be taking a bit too roundabout of a position and could run into Vegas.
If he stays low and he slows his speed up, Vegas hears something. Vegas is on the move, and Vanover's gonna get the kill. Ragnarok comes up. It's now 2-2.
These guys are just standing in the center of the ring, trading punch after punch, blow after blow, and we're running a really good series so far. A really close one, no matter what map we're on.
Yeah, it's been blow for blow. I feel like I'm watching a Rocky movie right now. Just trading shots over and over again. No one really getting the advantage, and Fierce only managing to squeak out the wins on those previous maps by just a couple of points. We've not seen a blowout here yet today, so it's been good.
Yeah, this has been a fun match. I'm excited to see both of these teams face off against some of the more well-known upper echelon. You know, some SMC Tactical or some even against G-Men. I'd love to see how these teams face off.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a few new teams that I've been watching, you know, from their games on Master League or on private streams from the players themselves, and I've been seeing some decent upsets, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, what in the world's going on here? Because it used to be that, you know, those mid and lower tier teams or the newer teams that come in, you know, they wouldn't do so well starting out. You know, we'd see a lot of teams dissolve early in the season because they take some tough hits, some tough losses on their first couple of games, and it just kind of lowers the morale. But now we're seeing teams come in first season, second season. I mean, hell, look at Mob Squad. They ended up placing second at the UK Invitational. They were second in the league last season, and they were pretty much, I believe that was their first season, if I'm not mistaken, when they did all of this. So the whole feel of the league is just changing completely right now, and
it's a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. This has got me pumped up. I'm ready to go for tomorrow. I'm excited to put those G-men to the test tomorrow morning.
Yeah, it should be a really competitive match. I'm curious to see what the results are. Unfortunately, can't cast it. Got a lot of things going on right in the hours of 11 and 1, where pretty much everybody is playing their league match. So you'll see a lot of results coming out in the tomorrow afternoon of new placements where people are in with their new MMR.
Yeah, Absolutely. I just want to see how this comes out. I want to really test that new G-Man team and see how they're doing. I know you guys have been playing strong, and I'm excited to face off against. I think it'll be a good match, and hopefully, Mr. Radarhead, one of our more popular and well-known casters who was there at the UK Invitational, should be casting if available. I'm hoping so because I really want to be able to go back and watch that game tape after we're done playing.
Yeah. Ooh, a little trade happening over here on this north side. Dark One getting picked up. Actually, sorry, Dark One picking up one. Ooh, another going down on the backside. I think that was a team kill.
That had to have been, because I didn't see anybody in position that could have killed him.
He does look like in the shadows there a very dark member of Marsoc. At least on my screen his dead body does, so I can kind of see how that mistake could happen there.
Looks like Lotus and Sergeant Vanover have gotten into a bit of a firefight exchange here in the east. And Lotus ends up taking Vanover out in the east. He just managed to get the better angle on him, and now their east side is sitting pretty wide open.
Again, meanwhile on the west, Dark One and Jack Kraka trading blows. Dark One got hit once by Kraka, so he knows he's there, and they've been just kind of popping out, peeking out, shooting. And actually what Dark One can do is he can peek his way through that metal grate and not get shot. He can see through it, but not get shot through it. It's risky to peek because your body could end up slipping outside and you can get shot, but Dak Kraka is going to push Dark One here.
Well, back on the east, Lotus is in position to move in. He's now in the objective building. He's got Gustor sitting right on top of it. Gustor should hear him. He takes out Gustor's. Pad's going to come out.
This could be map right here. They have to get on side. A rush just got picked up, though. Rush of Light picks up the last member.
That was a great attack, but unfortunate. Fierce picked up that last kill when they should have just let him run. But, you know, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
You'd rather win the round than you would lose it because you got greedy. So, good on him. It's now 3-2.
Yeah, that was a... It's hard to have restraint in situations like that where you see somebody right in your sights and you don't kill them. Very rarely do people actually do you not kill the person. It's just, even when you're trying to suppress them, it's so hard to just not accidentally let one bullet slip out.
Mm-hmm. So here we go again. Fierce going up 3-2. Ragnarok definitely not down and out for the count. They've come back. It's been a tight game so far. They're on attack here. Maybe they can get that cap and take this map, bring this map home, and at least pick up one.
Yeah, that is true. They are in. This is an objective that, as you can see, you can get capped on. There's all sorts of different angles too, all sorts of walls to hide behind. If you can manage to sneak your way in there, you have a potential 2-pointer on your hands.
Yeah, this Kiat building has been the source of many, many clips in the Master League. A lot of fierce firefights going down with a little bit of run and gunning. It's definitely been the scene of some amazing plays.
Wow, look at this Ragnarok play. Really hard and fast. They don't want to waste any time on this lap map. Vanover gets punished for coming out. Another goes down. The suppressive fire coming through the smoke is denying Ragnarok their push. Grouchy's going to try and get the res on Vanover. He does, and now it's two members pushing up aggressively. I don't think they see this. Vanover is really charging forward. He has his pad out. He's up by objective. Oh my gosh, Lotus catches him on the stairs.
Ooh. So much LMG fire coming out. Wow. And that's over in 47 seconds. That was amazing. A lot of LMG fire coming out from both sides. Strong push. I think they were trying to go for a Dangler's attack there. That seemed very, very familiar to me, if you will. But
yeah,
unfortunately, it just did not work out for them the way they wanted it to, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, and that will be the series for Fierce. They won all 3 maps. 4-2 on Cargo, 4-3 on Subway, 4-2 on Bazaar. But Ragnarok's looking good. They managed to take home 7 points. That's not too shabby. That's what you basically want. I mean, if you're gonna lose, you don't want to lose by a lot. So that's a comfortable loss, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. You just don't want to go down without a good fight. You don't want to be that 12-0 loss. And we've seen it. I mean, there's been quite a few far spread games this season so far where the scores are just out of this world gapped.
Yeah.
But at the same time, those scores don't always give you a good idea of how the match was played. I know back last season when I was still playing for the Great Apes, we'd have so many what would look like blowout victories on the scoreboard, but really would come down to 1v1 shootouts at the very last end of the round. So, you know, the scoreboard isn't always a good indicator of a match, but in this case it is. It was a hard-fought match on both sides. Ragnarok did well, but Fierce, a brand new team this season, taking home the win and really showing that they're nobody to be messed with here in Onward Master League.
Are they? No, they're not undefeated, but they are 3-1 in the season. So yeah, they're looking really good right now. This was a fantastic match to catch, Sleepy. Thank you so much for tuning. I think that'll be it for us on the Onward VR Master League.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And of course, thank you to our viewers, and thank you to the league partners, ProTube VR, VR Cover, as well as the guys at Down4 Interactive for giving us this wonderful game to play and helping us make it to what it is today. NightFiree, I hope to see you again in a future cast, but if not, everyone tune in tomorrow. I'm going to be casting the Great Apes versus Phoenix match tomorrow at 4:30 Pacific time.
Oh, good. I was hoping we'd get some coverage on Sunday's games. There's a lot being played there, so I'm glad you're going to be able to grab one of those.
Yeah, it'll be my first solo cast, so I'm hoping not to screw it up too bad. I was doing a little bit of a fake cast here on my end today with my OBS open, just trying to keep my scene transitions and overlays going. But yeah, so everybody tune in tomorrow. I know Mr. NightFiree here is going to be doing a Pavlov VR Master League celebrity match, if you will. I'm kind of excited personally to watch that.
It's going to be good. We have a co-caster set up from the community there. Genova's going to be coming in. He actually also makes some music, so we're going to be featuring some of that too. It's going to be fun, man. Viper's going to be playing also, so if you want to see some of Viper, tune into that, and then stop by, well, I don't know, maybe we'll even throw the host over to the Onward Master League if the timing's right. But, yeah, that's it from us. We will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.
Take care, everybody.